You know, the thing is, I still use the peace signs, and a lot of people out there, sometimes they don't give them back to me. Artists for World Peace creates support in a variety of local and international humanitarian projects. This is such a cool project that's going on. Here to tell us all about it is Wendy Blacknassa, and the founder and executive director, and Sharon Challenger, a volunteer and art committee member. Ladies, thank you so much for stopping by. How's everything going?
Great. Thank you for having us.
All right, tell us a little bit about the projects and some of the peoples and the things that you've changed as far as what you're doing with your work that you're involved in right now.
Well, what we've been involved with, we're going into our 10th year, Artists for World Peace, and my foundation started with the International Peace Belt. This was the first project, and my vision was to have a living link between all the cultures of the world. So the Peace Belt has traveled to date to 25 countries. We've been on 5 continents. And when we arrive in a country, the dancers, musicians, the performers all gather around to wear the International Peace Belt and to celebrate world peace.
Now, what is the overall mission of the Artists for World Peace?
The mission is to create community wherever we go, including home here in Connecticut, of people who believe that world peace is possible. So we work with artists in all mediums. We work with peacekeepers, spiritual leaders, just to try to use the arts to make the world a little bit better.
Is it getting more difficult these days? Do you find that the group of people that are coming up now, and I hate to say the younger people, I always sound like an old hippie myself when I do that, but do you find that they're as passionate about peace as we used to be, or is there a good, do you feel positive about where we're going with peace?
I do. I feel very positive. I feel with all generations, there's those of us that are the old hippies that have always worked for world peace. Right. And in our generation, there's many people who don't. And I see that with the youth as well. To be honest, I'm very optimistic. I think through my foundation, I have met people around the world who do believe in world peace and work with us. You can't imagine the capacity, whether it's just going to Africa with us to work with the orphans. My sons, I have 2 sons in their 20s, and they both traveled the world with me.
Well, you've done a good job bringing them up there. Sharon,
thank you.
Tell us about your role as far as why you're here today.
Well, I've worked with Wendy for the past year, and with the Dance for Peace, we had a committee of artists that gathered weekly at my home, and we created peace flags and different forms of artwork that we'll be selling for Artists for World Peace.
And that's coming up this Saturday, right?
Yes, this Saturday, June 2nd.
Unbelievable event. You're involved with a lot of different things. I brought some photos along, so let's take a look at some of the different projects you've been involved in, please.
These are some of our children that we support at the Good Hope Trust Orphanage Center. This is in Kabosha, Tanzania, where we've been working since 2008. So we support each of these children. We've gotten all of them in a very good private school from the Orphanage Center. They're all fantastic. At the Moshi Academy. We started sustainability projects. So Saturday's Dance for Peace, the money raised is to build a grinding machine, one for the Orphanage Center and one for the Lukandane Co-op, which is a 30-member co-op that we have been giving microloans to, just to help empower the villagers so that they can make their own living.
All right, and I think we've got some other photos here to take a look at. All right, how about this one?
These are 3 of my little girls. As I said, we have children of peace around the world. These are 3 of my kids that I'm in love with, and all of them are in Tanzania.
Okay, next shot, please.
That is my youngest son, Miles, who's a musician. He goes to Africa with me, and he works with the children through music. He's a drummer. He lives in Manhattan. This year, we're going back, and he's going to be doing music videos with the children at the Orphanage Center.
Awesome, awesome. And I think we have a shot here. Now, this is really something. This has a lot to do with Saturday night, right?
This is Mrs. Kennedy. She's coming down from New Brunswick, Canada. So we have dancers coming from New York, Canada, and all around Connecticut and Massachusetts for this Saturday night, which is June 2nd. Our Dance for Peace will be at the Charter Oak Cultural Center. Everything starts at 7. The art committee will be selling it in the art marketplace. We have hors d'oeuvres that'll be catered by Black Eyed Sally's of Hartford and Billy Grant's restaurants in West Hartford.
Good stuff. Good
really
stuff.
Great.
All right, before I let you go, tell us a little bit about the Peace Belt if you can, because this is amazing, and the story behind this belt is really something.
Well, the International Peace Belt, the only 2 requirements for wearing it is that you meditate on world peace while you wear it, and you agree to become part of the documentary being made on the world travel. So when we're done, we have a coffee table book being made of every performer and and spiritual leader who's ever worn this belt. And we have a full-length documentary that we'll be donating to the Smithsonian Institution at the end of every performance that's ever been done using the Peace Belt. And when it gets to a country, if their coin or gemstone's not represented, we invite them to add to the Peace Belt.
Yes.
So this is a work in progress. Every time we get it back from a country, it looks slightly different.
It's all about the passion for peace. That is really, really something. How can people get involved? I mean, you're really making a difference out there. How can our viewers get involved with what you're doing? How can they help?
They could go to our website, which is artistsforworldpeace.org, or our Facebook page, Artists for World Peace. We encourage all sorts of performers and artists. We have performers that will give a performance and then donate the ticket sales to Artists for World Peace for our Children of Peace that we support. Artists donate artwork to us that we auction off at our events, and we are always open to taking donations, which would be wonderful.
Sharon, the event's coming up Saturday night. What should people keep in mind for Saturday night if they'd like to go?
Well, I'd say they could be prepared to have a great time.
Yeah.
There'll be wonderful entertainment, music, and the dancers, of course, from all the different styles of dance, and plenty of artwork that you can enjoy. No two pieces are the same, so if you walk out after purchasing a piece, know that no one else on the planet has that.
Unbelievable. Artists for World Peace. This is going to be taking place this Saturday night at the Charter Road Cultural Center in Hartford. You know, people out there really making a difference with peace. If you'd like more information, go to artistsforworldpeace.org, or you can always check their Facebook, and you can also come to Connecticut Style on the WTNH.com website. Making a big difference. It's all about a passion for peace. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming by.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Great work.
Thank you for
God bless.
having us.